So I'm up here at camp. Beautiful up here. My route had me going right by. So I came in to winterize stuff. And fortunately, I haven't been up here since last winter. Yep. So it's still winterized from last winter. Yeah, I used clear tubing for plumbing at this place. So therefore I can see into the tubing, and the liquid that's in the tubing is still pink. So I literally never came up here since last winter. Why would I need to? I got a lake house, right? This thing is just a boat anchor right now. A money bleeding boat anchor. It's beautiful. I love it up here. But it's useless. Well, that being said, I came up here thinking I had to winterize everything because it's starting to get really cold at night. And I don't want to run the risk of this thing freezing, right? Well, we got a bigger problem. I've got no power. Yeah. So I went to turn on the shed, which then turns on the power to the bathroom, which then would allow me to run the pump to pump antifreeze through the system. And I got no lights. So I don't have the keys to get into the power boxes. I locked both of my power boxes. I got a power box, a 200 amp service panel up here at the camper, and then the main meter base is down at the bottom of the hill. So I had to use a hacksaw to cut open the lid on the box to get in there to see if I had a breaker flipped. You know, if something tripped a breaker. Everything's fine. So I got my voltmeter and I tested for voltage up here at the service panel. No voltage on the main lugs. That means something's going on down the hill. So I go down the hill, I cut the lock off of that box, open it up. Both of those breakers are good. There's a main 200 amp breaker, and then there's a sub breaker that I put in that feeds the hill. Both of those haven't been tripped. I couldn't open up that box. Well, I shouldn't say I couldn't. I just didn't want to take the time to get out screwdrivers and shit like that. So I used my non-contact voltage tester, laid it up against the cable. I have power coming out of the box to the first part of the cable, and then about a foot down, there's no more power. That means a broken wire in the main cable that feeds the hill up here to the camper. Somehow a wire broke. How does that happen? Nobody's messing with this stuff. Yeah, we got a problem. I got no power. So I'm gonna have to come up here with Scrunch some weekend, soon. That means I won't have any heat or electricity while she's here until I get this figured out. And I'm gonna have to open up that pedestal base down at the bottom and find out if there's good juice coming from the transformer to the main breaker, and then see if maybe I got a loose connection on the breaker that feeds the hill, or what. If everything looks fine in there, there's a break in the wire in the cable that comes up the hill to here. What? Come on. I don't need this shit. 20 some years this thing's been fine. Ugh. All right. That'll keep me awake at night trying to figure out what's wrong. If there's a broken wire in the cable, like I said, when I use that non-contact tester, it chirps at me indicating the wire is hot down about a foot out of the bottom of the box. And then from that point on, it's dead. So if there is a break in the cable, although I don't know why there would be, I really don't, that's number 4 cable. That's some big stuff. I mean, the cable's as big around as this. How does that break? Just sitting in the woods. I'll have to open up the cable at that spot and see if the break is right there and mend the break. Yep. If the break is somewhere in the cable that snakes up the hill, then I'm screwed. Trying to find where that's broke, I'm screwed. I'd have to run all new cable. I can't remember what I paid. That's like 55 feet of cable. 3 conductor cable. I'd have to rewire the whole thing. Damn it. I don't have time for this. Or money. Camper looks good. No evidence of any mice in there. No dead carpenter ants in the sink. Yeah. I think it's doing okay. I didn't open up the bathroom and go in there and look and see what's going on, but yeah. So this has just turned into a shit show, which is not cool. So, ugh. Route day's going okay. First 2 calls were easy. I got another 4 to go, so I better get going here. So we'll make it short and sweet, but dang it, man. It's good that the pipes are still winterized from last winter. It's bad that I have no power, and it could be something major, and I don't have time for it, or ambition. Yeah. All right, we'll talk to you soon.